Hey guys, welcome to another video and thanks for clicking on this one. In this video, I would like us to talk about the differences between good debt and bad debt. I know this is not a new conversation to have, but I believe it is important. And the reason why this actually came up is one of my subscribers, and if you're watching this video, thanks for leaving that comment, asked the question about, my thoughts on Dave Ramsey's approach to living debt free. The honest truth is that if you want to have financial freedom, you just have to break away from debt. That is the straightforward answer to that. Living a life debt free is freedom. That's the truth about it. But here's the reality of it, right? Unless you have been able to acquire a lot of money, say to save a lot of money, maybe you have a high paying job, that's only how you can, say, buy a house and pay cash for it. Now, unless you're buying a very cheap house or you're having to just build the house as you go and you're just working and using all that money to build a house. But majority of people would have to use a mortgage and then maybe try to pay off the house early. Another example of using debt wisely would be to use it for school. A lot of people would maybe finish high school and they want to go into a field that will provide them with a lot of opportunities in the future. Or maybe you just moved into the country and you want to advance on your education. That degree or that qualification you go for may be something that will cost a lot of money. But by you using debt to finance it and fund that education could give you more opportunities or better opportunities in the future. And that is how you can use debt wisely. Another one is you have a great idea and maybe you've tested out the idea. Maybe you're able to create or make something and you need some funding. You need to raise funds and you go to a bank to get a loan to help you raise the funds for that business, for that idea, so that you can scale. Those are definitely good ways to use debt. Now, the goal is that when you, let's say you get a mortgage or you go for more education or you start a business, the goal is you're able to use that money wisely to give yourself better chances of maybe success, and then use that money that you make from those opportunities to pay off the debt so that you can be debt free. That is the right way to go about this. Now, unfortunately, majority of the people will end up using debt the wrong way. Majority of people want to use debt to fund the expensive purchase like a bag, a shoe, clothes. So they use credit cards with the hope and plans of paying off that card in the near future. But guess what? It adds up and that money compounds, with the interest that these credit cards will charge, and the average credit card will charge you around 20-something% nowadays. So if you think about that, your $500 purchase today, your $1,000 purchase tomorrow, another, gift for somebody, all compounds, and before you know it, you are $10,000 in debt, $15,000 in debt, and that is how this grows bigger. And if you're paying 20% on it, that makes it worse. The other thing also is, if you are the type of person that wants to drive a nice car and you are not able to, save a lot of money down to pay towards that car so that you don't have to take a loan, guess what? That car, once you get off that lot with that new car or that used car, it is losing value. Every single day, that car is losing value. And because of that, you can't turn around and say you want to sell that car and make the money back and pay off the debt. So at the end of the day, you buy a $15,000 car and, 3, 4, 5 months, a year, 2 years go down the line. This car will cost you a lot of money to maintain. You have to fuel it. You have to have insurance on it, register it, and do all the maintenance that is required. And guess what? It is also still losing value. Now, unless that car is being used for a business, unless that car is a way for you to generate more income, then that car is just something that is hiding your money. Literally, it's like a it's like a pit, right, that you're dumping money into. So if you don't use your debt wisely, you would find yourself acquiring things that are considered bad debt. Now, the main, I would say maybe three common bad debts that people get into would be credit card debt would be one. Car notes, expensive car notes will be the next one. And then you have personal loans. And these are the loans that people would get them, with hopes and plans to do something good with this loan. And they generally turn out to be something that just grows in value over time and becomes a pain to pay back. And this is why you need to be very careful about the kind of debt you go into. Now, when it comes to credit cards, it is very important that you know how you spend. If you are the type of person that you believe that you are not going to be accountable to yourself and use that credit card wisely, then don't get a credit card at all. If you're the type of person that you believe that you won't be able to, cut your expenses according to, what you can afford, then don't go get a credit card, because you would think it's free money, but it's not free money. It's money that will cost you a lot back. All right, they charge you a lot of interest, they charge you a lot of fees in the process, and then you end up paying a lot more than you actually bargained for. And this is why you need to be very, very careful about the kind of credit cards you get. If you choose to go for a credit card, if you cannot use a credit card wisely, then don't get it. If you have one already, then don't even use it. I believe I can't remember how many cards I have now, maybe 3 or 4 that I have, but I only have one that I use for certain transactions, and I have another one for big ticket items that I pay back right away. Immediately I use it. That is always my goal. I do not plan to hold it more than 3-4 days. Why? Because at that point you could end up paying interest on it. So something that you pay $20 for could end up costing you $22 or $24, depending on the amount of interest you get charged on it. So do yourself a favor. If your goal is to reach financial freedom, avoid unnecessary debt. That is the best way to go about it. Now, if for any reason you want to get a mortgage, you want to go to school, you want to start a business, you want to be able to scale, and you need money, then you can always consider certain loans or debt that may help you to reach the next level. If you are unable to access or have access to those kind of, I would say, relatively stable debt where the interest rates are not too high, like a mortgage, for example, or like a student loan where, in this case, the rates are very bearable, then maybe you can consider personal loans or a business loan that are also very manageable. But if you have to use credit cards, if you have to go, buy a car that you don't need, if you spend money, on things that you don't need, it will cost you a lot of money in the process, and you won't be able to reach your financial goals. Just thought to share this information with you. If you found value in it, please don't forget to drop a like on the video. I'd love to see you in the next one.